Greetings, students. My name is Dr. Patrice C. Boyles, and I'm the Director for the Center for Teaching and Research Excellence. This is another tutorial for you to help you this term in maneuvering in a remote environment. This is an introduction to Zoom, a student's quick resource guide. The objectives of this training is to provide you an overview of the Zoom basics. I will demonstrate how to host a meeting, demonstrate how to join a meeting, and show you how to access Zoom Mobile. Let's start with the Zoom basics. What is Zoom? Zoom is a video and web conferencing platform. Users can host and join meetings. So you might say, Dr. Boyles, why do I need to learn how to host meetings? Students still need to work on group projects. One of the tools that you can work on a group project to communicate is using Zoom. You can use Zoom because guess what? The basic Zoom version is free. The good news is Zoom will be available in Moodle for your instructors very soon. Let's get started with the Zoom Basic tool. If you want to create a Zoom account, you will sign in to Zoom. And then when you do that, the first thing you will see is a navigation pane. And it will say Meetings, Webinars, Recordings, Settings, and Reports. Let's dive into that a little bit more. And let's start with the security settings. This is when you start setting up your Zoom course or meeting. You can allow hosts to share screens, chat. Your guests can even rename themselves. As the host, you can create a waiting room for participants coming into your session. You can even lock the meetings as a host so no one can come in to your session and start talking. You can even start your session with a poll or inquiry. This might be something that your instructors will do to review previous reviewed content. Let's cover some hosting tools. A chat. This is something that you as the host and your instructors will use. The chat allows participants to communicate in a chat box. You as the student can chat with individual students or have private chats with your instructor. Share screens. This allows your instructor to share screens with the participant, you the students, in real time. Your instructor can also record the entire class so you can go back and review it at a later time. The reaction button is a cool tool because it allows you to engage and communicate in the class. For example, your instructor might ask a question regarding content being covered. You can give a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and even facial expressions. Think of some cool emojis. Your instructor can also use the breakout room feature in Zoom. Audio feature. This allows users to participate in the session using the audio feature. A good rule of thumb that we're going to talk about is when you join a Zoom session, you want to put your audio on mute. Start video. This allows users to participate in a session using their webcam. You should be aware that some instructors will require the use of your webcam. So if you do not have a webcam, you should let your instructors know immediately. Security. We talked about that a little bit already. Again, Security gives the host control over the session. That allows participants to share screens, chat, rename themselves, and unmute themselves. So participants is another button that shows the number of participants in that session. Zoom has a desktop, and we're going to cover these: home, chat, meetings, and contacts. Let's start with the chat feature. I already spoke about how you can even chat with everyone in class or just an individual. Notice the little chat dialog box here. Now, let's say you want to host a meeting. Again, the reason you would do that is maybe to work on a collaborative project outside of class. A good rule of thumb is to edit your profile. Notice I added a professional headshot. There is a size limit and there is a type. Your image must be in a JPEG, GIF, or PNG format. Notice the three options to the right. Once you set up your meeting, you can schedule it, join, and host. Let's continue with hosting. Do remember, you have the option selecting video off on or sharing your screen. Now you have created your account, you edited your profile, and now what you're going to do is open Zoom meetings. And then you will join the computer with audio and video as the host. Notice, once I uploaded my image, if I do not have my webcam on, my professional image will appear. Here are the buttons at the bottom of the toolbar. That's to join audio and start video. Notice a line through start video. That means my video is off. Here is the security button that I mentioned. Participants. It's only me in this session for training, so that's why it indicates 1. Here's that chat button that I was referring to. If I wanted to share screens, here it is. Here's the button. Here's the record button and the reaction button that I mentioned. Now again, when you host a meeting, you want to make sure that you share the information to whoever's in your group, right? So what you want to do is copy this link. It says invite link. You will just simply copy it. Now, how do you copy it? A click copy paste will do. You can copy that link to someone's email address. Your instructor will probably create a Zoom link and they may send it in announcements for everyone to get it, or they can even post that link in Moodle for you to click on the link to join that session. Now, when you join a Zoom meeting, this is your instructor. The instructor, again, will create a Zoom meeting link. You will get some detailed information. For example, the link, a reminder, can be sent via email or posted in Moodle. Here's a meeting ID and a passcode. Zoom also gives you options for dialing into the meeting, and it will give you several phone numbers. When you join a Zoom meeting, join with video. You probably can guess why. Maybe there's noise in the background. You do not want to interrupt the class. Another good rule is to use headsets if they are available. You also want to be mindful of overhead lighting. You don't want it too light or too dark in your background. A rule of thumb also is to add the meeting to your calendar. Some instructors will put that in the directions. That sends you an extra reminder that you will have a scheduled Zoom meeting. Again, after you join your Zoom meeting, be sure you turn your webcam on. Make sure you also listen to your instructor for directions about using those tools such as your microphone, chat, and other buttons. Some of the commonly used tools for students in Zoom are screen sharing. Remember, your instructor, as the host, can give you privileges to share your screen. Maybe you're giving a presentation to other learners in your class. Zoom also has a whiteboard that can be used for brainstorming. Again, the chat, you can do a group chat or a private chat. I also mentioned the breakout rooms and the polls. The polls are a good way to engage learners and to ask questions. And again, those nice reaction buttons. Raise hands up, thumbs down. Now let's transition to Zoom Mobile. I know most of you are techies and you're used to using your phone. So you might want to download the Zoom Mobile app from the Play Store. Again, your instructor will send you that link. Only thing you need to do is join the meeting and join with video. Make sure that your webcam is on and your microphone is off. You don't want to make sure you have a lot of background noise as you're joining your class. Tips on becoming a good Zoomer. Practice good netiquette, which is internet etiquette. You want to be polite, respectful, and on time for your class. You need to be aware of your surroundings. Avoid background distractions. So be mindful where you're sitting. Whatever's in the background, others can see it. So you might want to put a blanket, a green screen, a tablecloth, something plain so it will not be a distraction to the class. You also want to dress appropriately. Remember, your session is probably being recorded. You want to avoid profanity and any inappropriate language because it can be offensive. When you are finished with your session, you want to hit Leave Meeting, which is at the bottom near the toolbar when your session is over. If you're hosting a meeting, you want to make sure you close any unneeded applications on your computer to optimize the video. Let's transition to the microphone. Here, when you start a session, you want to make sure you mute your microphone. That was at the bottom next to the webcam. If your microphone is muted, it will have a line through it. Remember, everyone can hear everything, and your session will probably be recorded. Let's move to share. You want to contribute to class, and you want to follow instructions and rules set by your instructor. Make use of the chat feature and the reaction options to participate in your class. Here are several tips and links to find additional information in Zoom. I hope this helps. Good luck.